Alright, hello everybody. I'm doing a little bit of a different format today. Um, for this operation guide. Today we're going to be talking about Dread Palace. Now, Dread Palace is one of my favorite operations in the game. It's really fun, has a lot of fun mechanics, but they can be a little bit confusing for new players, so I thought I would go ahead and do this guide and kind of wrap up the guides that I've been doing on the Tech Frag ops. You can see there's a group of ads back there that you can kind of just skip by going around a pole. And here we come into the first room, which is just a whole bunch of ads. Now, the bosses are down the many different hallways that you can see down in the bottom right on the map. So some people tackle this room differently. What most groups tend to do that you can see us doing right now is just taking out one group of ads at a time. Clearing the way for the hallway that you want to go down first. Whereas some people tend to want to clear out the entire room first and just kill the bosses one by one afterwards. So we're just gonna kill these ads down here. There's not really that much to know about the ads, the trash. So I'm doing a little bit of a different format, doing kind of more of the podcasty vibe. I figured I'd kind of cut out all of me running my mouth, because I always get a little too carried away and I always run my mouth for a little too long. So let me know if you prefer this or the other format. So here we come to Dread Master number 1, which is Bestia. Now, this is very simple, and she has 3 phases. So this first phase is the ads phase. So she's not going to take any damage, and she's just going to be spawning ads from the portals in the corners of the room. In story mode, there are 2 types. I believe it's Dread Monsters and Dread Larva, something like that. The monsters are the really big ones, and the tanks usually pick those ones up. They don't do a whole lot of damage. The larvae deal high damage but have less health, so DPS can burn those pretty easily. And then phase 1 ends as soon as those are all defeated, or on a timer, whichever one comes first. Usually it's defeated in story mode. And then phase 2, once all of the ads are down, you're going to go into phase 2, which is getting Bestia down to 50%. It's just a fight against Bestia. Kill any ads before you start attacking her. We're not quite to phase 2 yet. Right here, it should be coming up after 1 or 2 more kills on the ads. As you can see, it's just very simple. Especially that first phase. You're just killing ads. We've got a couple more ads to kill before Bestia's shield goes down. So we're getting a little impatient. So I believe this is the last one. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see. Again, just kind of burning the larva. Yes, and then there's Bestia. So we're gonna burn her down to 50%. Tanking her is really simple. She doesn't really have any tank swaps. She does pretty low damage. A lot of people tend to tank her by the door. This tank kind of tanked her by the throne, which is fine as well. Just make sure to stay out of those yellow AoE circles. That's the dread pool. This is that would be considered standing in stupid. It's pretty high damage and can kill you quickly, even in story mode. Sometimes you say don't stand in stupid in story mode and it kind of tickles, but honestly this one does really hurt, so stay out of it. And now we're here in phase 3, where it's the same thing. You're just killing ads along with Bestia. There's no new mechanics. Usually tank just holds Bestia and the DPS kill all of the ads. And Bestia. Not too difficult of a fight. We're just gonna come back out here. In the next tunnel, I just wanted to mention that there are red circles on this boss fight. You probably saw them. Anytime there's red circles, you don't want to stand in them. That's pretty much just standard across all operations. If you've ever done any content in the game, you probably know that. Just wanted to point that out. This fight, though, is really fun. This is Master Tyrans. It's one of my favorite fights. So this guy, he doesn't walk around, he teleports, so just be mindful of that. But the main mechanic in this fight is simplification. So he will cast the ability, simplification, and it will shrink the playing field. So you see in front of you, there are square tiles that we're standing on. This is our platform. Every so often, a player will get a red circle under their feet. The red circle is going to quickly get smaller. You see it right there. Circle's going to get smaller. When the circle disappears, whatever tile you're standing on is going to get highlighted in red, and it's going to disappear. So you're trying not to spleef each other, is the thing. You want to go for tiles that are on the outside so that you have room to walk around. Right under my feet, it's going to be stupid. There's going to be fire right there. Don't get that confused with the red circle that gets rid of the tiles, but you still want to move. So everyone needs to be aware of simplification. There's not really a specific path that you need to take in story mode, but you do just need to be mindful of the mechanic. It's not a huge deal if you fall. There's a holocron at the bottom. If you fall down, you can click it and it will bring you back up. It's kind of just more of a, you want to be able to move around because, because Tyrans does teleport around a bit. But that's basically the whole mechanic. He does have like a aggro drop after the first simplification, so you see it, he always does it twice. Tank is the first one, it's the first red circle, and then he'll pick somebody else to aggro, and someone else will get a red circle. So just be mindful, expect to get a red circle, just drop it on the outside, super easy. You saw that was easy, it wasn't too difficult, it's just a fun mechanic. In story mode, they're not difficult, they're kind of just fun. So we're just killing this trash in front of the next Dread Master. So this is Dread Master Calphayus. Calphayus is the easiest encounter, in my opinion. There's some fun mechanics. So this is the first phase. You're going to kill him all the way to 75%. So this is what's called the present. So we're in the present right now. Once he gets down to 75%, he's going to trigger a phase called the past. So you're going to go into the past, and then you're going to go into the future. In story mode, the strategy is to have everyone go into this left circle. So you see these circles, everyone's going to go on the left for the first one. So we're all going to go to the past. So you want to protect the Seed of Knowledge from the 3 waves of enemies who are going to stand around it. So that's just like a green crystal. It's in a friendly location. You can't really miss it. You can also shield it, cleanse it, and heal it. I'm pretty sure it's a friendly enemy, unless I'm wrong. Calphayus also can't be killed during this phase, but there are going to be 3 waves of ads. And then once the seed finishes its cast, it's a 75-second cast called Pure Seed. And once it finishes, it'll start floating and somebody can pick it up. And then you can bring it to the flower bed. You'll see it when it happens. So now we're kind of just, it's kind of a waiting game, especially in story mode. You kill the ads pretty fast. And then you're just waiting for the cast to finish. So we have 1 more wave of ads. We're going to take those down. And then we're waiting for Pure Seed to finish so that we can pick up the seed and bring it to the flower bed and plant it. And that is going to return us to the present. So there it is. We can pick it up now. So my team member's picking it up. And he's going to go plant it. I wish I could yell at Zane and tell her to turn around and show you where he was running, but you can't miss it. It's yellow. It glows at you. You'll know where to take it if you get it. And so now he's going to return us to the present. And so this is phase 3, going back to the present. So this, we're going to take Calphayus down to 50%. It's the same mechanics as phase 1. Somebody is going to get a red circle under them. You're just going to bring it outside of the group.
The choices you have made.
But this time, he's going to have 2 circles. You're going to split by frame. So if your name is on the left frame or the left side of the operations frames, you're going to go left. And if you're on the right side, you're going to go right. It's pretty important to get this right. If you don't go in the circles, and this is for phase 2 and for this phase 4, you will just die. And so this can get a little tricky. So you're split up now. So people on the left are back in the past, and you need to identify the crystal that Calphayus is targeting in the future and destroy it before he finishes his cast. The future, which is the group who went on the right, is identifying which crystal the past team needs to destroy. So that sounds a little bit confusing. It's not really that confusing at all. I feel like this is one of the ones that you kind of just need to see to understand. So I'm here in the past, so we're going to be killing things. But it is story mode, so it's not really that difficult. You can kind of just kill it. It is a little bit more important to have your communication down in hard mode and up. But after you finish that, you're going to go back to the present, and you're just going to kill him. He's a straight tank and spank until he dies, after going to the past and future. So that might sound a little confusing. Basically, if you go on the right, you're identifying the crystal. If you're going on the left, you're destroying the crystal. And now we're going to go ahead and go through to the next boss. I included a clip of the tunnel to the next boss just because I wanted to mention and point out that you want to keep this trash separated. So they come in groups of 2 and you want to keep them separated. In story mode, you might be able to kill them if you're standing right next to each other, but usually one tank will take it farther, and then you'll just kill the first one up top. It'll do a whole bunch of damage if they stand close together. But anyways, this is Master Raptus. This is, again, another favorite fight of mine. All of these fights have fun mechanics. It's a little bit of a step up in difficulty. Rap Daddy Raptus is, he's a fun guy. He had some unpredictability around just positioning. But, so you have this first phase, and then he's going to teleport you here. What you need to do is you need to choose a crystal. So purple is for tanks, green is for healers, and the orange-red is for DPS. Now, in story mode, a lot of the time, you will have 1 tank. You need 2 people to take a purple crystal. And so you need to designate a second purple crystal person, usually damage with taunt. And that's because in the next phase, he's going to issue challenges to people according to what crystal you have. And you need 2 people with a purple crystal, 1 person to go do the challenge, and 1 person to stay and have aggro on Rap Daddy. He will choose 1 person with the purple crystal to kind of stand and face him while the other person goes and does the challenge. So depending on what crystal you got, once you get to like 80% or maybe like I forget what it is. Yeah, I think it's like 80%. He opens these challenges. So you go to your role. So I'm a healer, so I went to the heal portal, and so my challenge is to keep this dying captive alive. DPS are killing ads, and I believe the tank is killing an ad as well. And so this is basically just what I'm doing. As soon as everybody clears their challenges, we are going to get teleported back. So you can go through once you complete the challenge. And all of the challenges have been finished. So we're going to make sure that we are going to pick up our crystals again when the choosing phase begins again. The crystals do give you a little bit of a buff as well. It's not super like important to do it in story mode, but even before you have the choosing phase of choosing the crystals again, you can go and pick up your crystal to get a little bit of a buff. So like if I wanted to pick up my crystal before the choosing phase began and get a little bit of a healing buff, I could do that. Same with DPS and tank. But he's in the choosing phase now. It'll clear your crystal and you'll have to choose it again. Just make sure that once he enters this choosing phase, you choose your crystal. That's the most important part. For story mode, it's not super important that you grab the crystal in between, whereas that might be more important for hard mode, just depending on your role. And so we're gonna kill him a little bit more. Oh, and someone just got chucked off the edge, I believe. That's unfortunate. So sorry. So sorry about that. Rap Daddy, you know, he really can't be contained. You can't blame the guy. So we are about to... And I believe that was our second purple crystal guy. So I believe I was telling my friend Collins, who I was teaching to run this op to take the crystal. But we actually didn't get a second phase, I guess. I guess we just killed him fast enough. Am I stupid? Did I miss it the first time? Am I stupid and dumb? Okay, anyway. It would just repeat itself anyway. This is Bridge Boss. People call it Bridge Boss because you can fall through the cracks and die. That's never happened to me. At all, ever. And I'm not lying. Okay, I'm lying. But anyway, this is the last fight of the operation. This is the Dread Council. Now, some people get a little confused on this one, but I think that this one is really, really fun. This was my first hard mode clear ever, so I have really good memories of this and really bad memories of this. It just requires some coordination and kind of knowing what you're doing. So what I want you to remember is BRTC. That is the order that you are going to kill the bosses in. A lot of the times your raid leader will put targets on them and tell you, okay, star, saber, fire, target, or something of the sort. But it's always easy to just remember BRTC, so you're going to kill Bestia, Raptus, Tyrans, and Calphayus. That's the order you're going to kill them. So you're going to kill Bestia until she goes back up, then you're going to kill Raptus, because it goes BR, and then after Raptus goes back up, you're going to kill Tyrans, because it goes BRT, then after Tyrans goes back up, you're going to kill Calphayus, BRTC. It's a pretty easy way to remember it. Honestly... You really are just pushing each of the Dreadmasters to 50%. I don't really think there's any mechanics that you need to be aware of in story mode. I think it's pretty self-explanatory for BR and T at least. You'll see with Calphayus, he drops like these pink circles. Tank is usually holding Calphayus while the DPS is killing BR and T. Tank just moves out of these and avoids standing in it. I believe it kind of just puts a drain on you, so you receive less healing. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not an expert. But we're entering phase 2 right here, and I lied, I am an expert. So you see this lightning that marks phase 2. So this is going to be Ghost of Styrak and Brontes. So these are from previous operations. So this is Dog and Ghost is what people refer to this. In story mode, it's very straightforward. Tank will grab Dog and pull him to Ghost, and you're just gonna burn all of them. It's pretty simple. And then after this phase, so we're still killing Ghost right here, but after this phase, we're gonna go into phase 3. All of the Dreadmasters are going to come down, and just remember, it's going to be BRTC. So as soon as we kill this stupid ghost, we're going to go right back into BRTC. You can see B is marked with this star, so we know that we're going to kill B. And then we're going to kill R, and then T, and then C. Usually, you can kill at least B and R before phase 4. Phase 4 is basically they kind of just go towards the middle and start floating around. Usually you can kill the first 2 before that phase starts. In story mode, there's not really anything that you need to know. Yeah, so we still have T and C to kill. But they're just kind of... They're huge now, which is cool, I guess, but we're just going to kill them. It's basically Jover for them at this point. Just burn them. But yeah, that's the entirety of the operation, basically. It's basically over. It's one of my favorites. The mechanics in it are honestly so fun. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I didn't do any beginning or ending spiels. Just like, subscribe, tell me what guide you want to see next. And thank you guys for watching. My name is Zane Allen. Be nice to somebody, tell somebody you love them. And see you later. Bye.